Hey guys, what's up? And today we're going to be discussing the main massive thing which come back to FIFA in FIFA 19 and what I would like to see happen in FIFA 19. But the main massive thing happening, which you guys have probably seen, released over the weekend by the Dutch commentator who released about the FIFA World Cup game. And that's the fact that Champions League and Europa League are coming back onto FIFA, which I think is a fantastic addition. I can't wait to use the proper Champions League and Europa League. Certainly considering it's been called the Champions Cup and the European Cup or whatever for so long. Ever since I've known it, it's been called that. And it never really felt like the Champions League and Europa League. But I've got a funny feeling now it will feel like the Champions League and Europa League. And now you'll actually be able to be protected with the trophies. You'll be able to have the Champions League theme tune at the start of games, I guess. But also, it will just look a lot better. But anyway, guys, from the ideas I've got which could be added into FIFA 19, there's like 15 of them, I think. So this could end up being quite a long video, but you know, the first one is you can ask the board to suggest signings, because I know they have a scouting thing, but I think they should have a feature in where you can ask the board to suggest signings in a career mode if you kind of can't think of any signings that could be made. I think that could be a really helpful feature and make people play career modes for a bit longer. Another idea I potentially got is positional training. So like you should be able to train players to play. Like for example, obviously it couldn't be really unrealistic. But for example, take Ben Davies for example. If I wanted to train him to be a left midfielder, you could train him to be a left midfielder in training into having the stats of a left midfielder. Obviously it would take like 2 months to do probably, but I think it would be a really cool feature and it would make it look a lot better sometimes. But sometimes it just looks weird playing a striker in centre midfield even though he's really good there, but you should be able to train him to be there. Another suggestion I've got is be able to see the stats from other leagues, like for example the top goal scorers, top assisters. But sometimes you want to see the top goal scorers from like La Liga when you're in the Premier League, or you want to scout one of your signings and see how well he's been doing in his current league, and see if he's actually been good or not in the current league. But talking of being good or not, you should be the board, like they used to do, like they do with the budget, with the offer suggestions. They suggest how much to offer. They should add into it the board suggesting whether or not it would be a good signing or not. But obviously you make the final decision because you're the manager and you'd be able to turn the feature off. But I think it could be a really good feature for FIFA 19. A really good feature. Another feature which could be a good idea is under 21s and under 18 teams are basically youth teams where so then instead of just sitting there in the youth squad, they actually play games. Not so much, you don't need to see the stats or anything from it, you just need them to be playing games so then they can get a bit better even though they're in your youth squad. Another thing which is going to be happening for the FIFA World Cup mode, so I'm hoping they'll keep it in for FIFA 19, is the Croatia team back in FIFA. Because I like the Croatia team a lot with Modric, Rakitic, Halilovic. Even if they just added the Croatian League and then the Croatian national team, I think that could be a really good new feature and a lot of people would enjoy it. Because a lot of people like the Croatian national team and there's a reason for it because they have quite a good squad. But another suggestion I've got is a complete revamp of the My Player. part of career mode. So you can kind of get subbed on. Well, currently you can just start games and get subbed off. But you should be able to get subbed on. And you should be able to, if you don't want to, like some players do in real life, like Mares does in real life, like refuse to turn up to training and all that kind of stuff. But I think that would be a bit too advanced to refuse to turn up to training. I think they could definitely do it where some of your players make a protest and refuse to turn up to training on career mode. That could be a really good new feature. But I just doubt they'd revamp My Player that much. I mean, I'd really love it if they do. I quite often play My Player with a player in real life, or I create my own. Another one of my suggestions is a Champions League foot draft. Literally a foot draft just for the Champions League teams. I think that could be a really good feature. And you only play against Champions League teams and all that kind of stuff. I think that could be a really good feature for FIFA 19. Certainly considering they brought back Champions League, so why not put a foot draft in for it? Another thing which has been bugging me since I started playing FIFA really, the decrease in the budget from the first season to the second season is sometimes so annoying. Or at least they should outline a budget with you at the end of the first season, so then you know what kind of budget you're going to have to spend. I think that could be a really good idea. So then you could request, or they could bring back the request funds feature, which I think could be a really good feature again. But certainly considering second season, sometimes they make you make promises you can easily keep, and in the first season they do it even. So literally all you got to do, certainly in the old FIFA, is improve, is play well for like half the season, then request quite a big budget increase. And another thing is new kits and sponsors every season. I think this could be really easy considering they put the manager thing in. I think new kits and sponsors could be really good and easy to do. And also I think they should talk a lot more. I think the commentators should talk a lot more in depth about the current league table, and I think they should make the final day more dramatic like they do in real life. And also what I think they could easily do, well, what I think would be a pretty cool feature, is they've got the players warming up. What they could have is the goals that go in from other games, because they've got them updating, but what they don't have is highlights from them. But what you should be able to do is see highlights from them. I think that could be really cool. Talking of other games, I think another pretty great new feature could be them putting in the ability to go and watch other games from the stands. It certainly, if it's important in your league season, if it's like the team that's in second playing against the team that's in third and you're in first, and so on, or something like that. I think that could be a really cool new feature if they put that in. I'd really like it to happen. But anyway guys, that's the end of this video. If you guys have any suggestions for what could happen in FIFA 19, obviously leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow.